Welcome to the Steve Polk Plaza, which is in downtown Atlanta. Now, I was a reporter in Atlanta on the news for 21 years, covering many big stories. And during that period of time, easily the most popular spot that TV crews would locate to do live reports was right here in the Steve Polk Plaza. And it would seem there are many good reasons for that. For example, back there you have this lovely view of downtown Atlanta, a great skyline shot. Likewise, over here you have underground Atlanta. Underground Atlanta, of course, is one of the central locations for tourism. It's got a lot of weird history. A lot of people kind of went there and kind of didn't go there, whatever. The plaza also serves as the front driveway for the building known as the Georgia Depot, which happens to be the oldest building in Atlanta. When the legislature's in session, it's always covered up with legislators and lobbyists always feeding each other at lunchtime. And just a few feet away from the depot is this building, which until recently was the world of Coca-Cola, a museum devoted to Coca-Cola products. The Steve Polk Plaza was always a good place for folks in the news business to find tourists. And then across from the old world of Coca-Cola Museum, you have this building back here, which is the Immaculate Conception Church, a Catholic church that dates back to Reconstruction and happens to be the oldest church in all of Atlanta. So there's a lot of naturally occurring activity in this plaza and obviously a lot of history. This, as we said, was ground zero for a lot of news coverage, a place where live trucks for TV stations locally would frequently stack up one after the other over next to that street over there, with reporters attached to microphones and cables and stuff, all delivering live reports. But all those cool buildings and all that history is not really what interests the news media when they gather here in droves at the Steve Polk Plaza on a weekly basis. Instead, they're all interested in that building there, which is probably the newest building within eyeshot of here and possibly the ugliest. It is the Fulton County Courthouse Annex, which is a place where trials take place and where county government takes place and which has a lot of activity that is arguably less interesting than the surroundings here in the Steve Polk Plaza. So, when you see a live shot in front of the Fulton County Courthouse on TV, you'll know that the reporters talking are surrounded by all this lovely history in downtown Atlanta and that they have chosen to use the least interesting building as their backdrop. Leave it to the news media to go to the most interesting place in town and find the least interesting place to do a story. My career in the news business began in the second term of Ronald Reagan's presidential administration. Showing up here in 1986, went to work for a TV station called WAGA TV and stayed there for 21 years, covering stories from local politics to hurricanes, to the invasion of Iraq, to crazy, strange feature stories, and I was able to, it was an interesting career. I'm glad I'm out of it.